Hello, it is officially summer, which is the season of sweat. I'm just kidding. Summer has its pros.
And that it's one season closer to it being fall.
But I've knit for a really long time, and I've never really knit any summer wear. I've knit mostly chunky, thick sweaters and articles of clothing, and I wanted this summer to try to push myself into doing some summer wear. So in this video, we're going to attempt my very first knitted tank top. I am following this pattern. We'll see how it goes. This is just an adventure, a step into this world. If I don't like what I make today, at least I understand how to make a tank top in ways that I could fix it or change it to make it something that I like more. I bought this yarn at Joann's. Here it is. It is a nice purple color. I bought 3 skeins of these, which is
probably way more than I need.
But I kind of just impulse bought this because I've been really wanting to knit something in a nice purple. So first step is to cast on a lot of stitches. So let's get to that. And cast on a bunch of stitches I did. It was 136 to be exact. And to be honest, the first 2 steps of this process were probably the worst. Just casting on that many, having to keep count, and then knitting that first row was really difficult because the tension on the first row is kind of whack. So it took me a long time and I did a lot of it off camera, but once I was finally done with that, we could move on to a bunch of knitting. This pattern is just garter stitch for the bottom. If I ever made this again, I would definitely alter that to maybe add some cables, and most certainly I would add some stockinette at the bottom to give it a little bit of ribbing. But I was trying to enjoy all of the knitting that I was doing. I went to a lot of different locations. I even tried to channel my inner summer and go to the beach. I would definitely add some different things, change some different things, and just give myself some more patterns to play with and maybe try new stitches on this. But it was not difficult, and this pattern is definitely beginner friendly if you're looking for something to start with. It's me editing BB. Between the clip you just watched and the one you're about to see, I did bind off about 60 stitches to make the back. For some reason, I didn't film that, but after all of that knitting, I bound off to make the top of the back. Okay, so we have bound off the back, and now we start working across the front, back and forth, back and forth. And the first thing we are going to do, we're decreasing triangles to the straps of the shirt. So first we slip, slip, knit. So 1 slip, 2 slip, and then this is a decrease. So we want to knit these 2 together. So to do that, I put my needle through and then knit and pull off. And then we knit all the way to the last 3 stitches. So I will catch up with you on the other side. All right, so now we're at the last 3. So what we're gonna do is knit 2 together, and this time we're doing it normally, so with our right needle. Knit 2 together, woohoo! Knit the last one. And then, since now we're going back and forth across the front, flip our work around, purl this row. We decrease only when we're on the right side, and on the wrong side, we just purl across. After purling, it was time to do the right side again, and you decrease in the same way every time on the right side. So knit 1, slip, slip, knit, knit to the last 3, knit 2 together, and then knit 1, and then you turn your work around and purl. So that's decreasing on both sides. Do this as many times as the pattern tells you to. I ended up doing 14 rows. I've decreased the shoulders so you can see that they're curving in. So now it's time to start the straps. And to do this, you need to get smaller needles than the size you're using, so half a size down. We're going to pick up 7 stitches, doing knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl till we have 7. You finish that side, you flip your work, and you do the opposite of what you did. So you do purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and then on the right side you'll do knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl to keep that pattern going. So then we just keep working this up until the strap is to the length that we want it. Once you have the strap to the length that you want it, you're going to bind off till the last 7 stitches on the other side and make a strap in the exact same way on that side. So bind off for the neckline, and then with the last 7 start by knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and then flip and do purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, and repeat that until the strap is the same size. This is me finishing off that last strap. I was truly astonished by how quick this process felt in comparison to really intricate sweaters. Once you have both done, you can just sew down the straps where you want them to hit on the back, and then you're done.
Pretty good.
I'm going to go ahead and block this, which is by far the scariest step of this because it's also
So important for this to look good.
just all the rolling at the bottom and the rolling at the top, also at the back, blocking to fix all of that. I'm just like
Completely relying on blocking to fix all of that.
and I don't have blocking squares. I usually just use a towel. So I'm gonna just use a towel. And maybe this project will convince me that I need to invest in those square things, but maybe not.
Maybe it'll all work out.
I'm gonna toss this in the sink for probably about 35 minutes. So I just let it sit in my sink for about 30 minutes in some lukewarm water and then took it out and immediately got to pinning it on the towel. This took me a good chunk of time and I let it sit there for about a day until it was dry and ready to be taken off. Done. Here she is. Here's the finished product. You know, I don't hate it. I also don't love it. I think there's a couple things. So like this line here rolls a lot. This, now I blocked, still rolls up a lot. I don't know. This was definitely an experiment to see if I could get into summer knitwear. And I think for this specific project, it was kind of like a maybe. I think that this is a really simple tank top. It was really easy to make. I made this in like a week. So it's really easy to do, but I don't know. This was an experiment and this is what we have. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time you're feeling crafty. Bye.